Alright, what up guys? I'm Pro D, you're watching Chicken Breast TV, and if you didn't already know that, then you obviously didn't read the intro where it said Chicken Breast TV, because you're here at Chicken Breast TV, in case you didn't know. So anyway guys, what you're seeing me do today is a real long leg workout. Obviously I got the weighted vest on this whole week, and yeah, I put the clip together, and it was a total of 27 minutes. So as much as you guys may like Pro D, I don't think anybody's gonna like Pro D for more than like 15 minutes, so I like to keep my videos to a minimum, and I don't think I can talk for 15 minutes without my mouth hurting. So anyway, yeah, I'm training with the weighted vest. The weighted vest is 40 pounds. I'm doing a warm-up here, and like I said, the video is so long, so I decided to speed up the clip, so you're watching it at about 300% speed, so it's about 3 times faster than I did it. And basically what I'm doing today is I did 5 sets of everything, 5 sets, 4 exercises, so it was just 20 sets. It was sumo squat, also known as a wide squat, into pistol squats, which you're going to see here next. And then I did some sort of a log. Oh, there's Swiss punching me in the vest. But anyway, yes, and then after the pistol squats, which are pretty sloppy form, as you can see, I was on a skateboard. It wasn't easy to do it in the sand, so bear with me on that one a little bit. And I had never done it with weights. So after the pistol squats, you're going to see me do like a log, like I pick up a log, do a sumo squat with it, and then I kind of thrust the log off of me using only my legs for force, I guess you could say. So I'm not really throwing it with my arms, more just bouncing it off of my chest after I do the squat. Anyway, after that is going to be like a one-legged lunge, I guess you could say. My leg was on top of a bar, and then I was just lunging. So anyway, that's enough of the training. You guys can see it for yourselves. I'm pretty sure you guys can figure it out. Maybe try the program out for yourself if you want to. But yeah, what is today's topic? Today's topic, probably see it up there in the title, right up there somewhere. And today's topic is, why does Pro D not have any abs? But that's not the only topic today. We're also talking a little bit about nutrition. But the reason I'm talking about why Pro D doesn't have any abs is actually, it's a little theory of mine, and I tend to like to explain it to people, and they find it interesting whether or not they agree with it, but this is something that I find is working for myself. So yeah, basically, Pro D not having abs is not 100% of Pro D being lazy. What it is it's the same concept as a bodybuilder would use when bulking for a show, bulking in the off season. So it's called a bodyweight bulk. Remember that, guys, it's a bodyweight bulk. And what it is if you're doing calisthenics and you're real shredded, that's cool, you know, it's cool to be shredded, it's cool to have abs, it's all personal preference. But what I think about it is, if you put on weight, then when you're doing your body weight exercises, you're going to be lifting more weights. So the same way as any lifter in the gym would slap on some plates to a bench press in order to increase the load, progressive overload techniques is basically what I'm doing with this. So you guys know I do shows. So what I did was, I'm doing a show, right? I diet for the show, then after the show I bulk. And not only am I building more muscle because of a nutrition surplus, which I'll explain in a second, but I'm also building more muscle because when I'm doing pull-ups and push-ups, I'm lifting more weight. So I think it's a pretty simple concept, and like I said, it's personal preference. Not every person that does calisthenics is a bodybuilder, obviously, to say the least, but I like to do shows. I like to challenge myself in that way, and that's why I do this bodyweight bulk. And I think I've talked about it in another video, but today I'm going more in depth about it. So basically, what a nutrition surplus is in order to create new tissue and not just move around the tissue that you have, or like increase density or quality, muscle maturity in the shape of the muscle, you need to be on a nutrition surplus, which basically means, and I talk about this all the time, your body has a certain caloric need, right? Like, let's say your body needs 3,000 calories per day in order to function properly, in order to function based off of your activity level. You want to give it a little bit more, maybe 3,200 calories, maybe 3,500 calories, maybe 4,000 calories, or more if you want to go a little bit crazy with it, in order to create new tissue. If I have 1 pound of clay, I can take that 1 pound of clay and mold it into a fat guy. Now if I take that 1 pound of clay that's molded into a fat guy and I mold it into a muscular guy, it's still 1 pound of clay. No matter how I shape it, it's still 1 pound of clay. So essentially what you're doing with the nutrition surplus is you are adding clay onto that mold or that figure that we're talking about, that we're using as a metaphor. And what's going to happen then is you're actually going to be able to create new tissue, aka build larger muscle, because you're on that nutrition surplus. Can you build muscle without a nutrition surplus? Yes, but I'm going to say no, actually. Yeah, you can. Maybe if you got those noob gains, you just started working out or whatever. But for anybody else, I've been working out for 8 years since I was 15 years old. I'm 23 years old now. I'm going to have to say that you're going to have to be on a nutrition surplus to see any sort of real gains. So although it is nice to have some sick shredded abs, sometimes you got to be picky with what your goals are and say, hey, you know what? Maybe for a little while I may sacrifice some of those abs so I can see some gains as far as hypertrophy or building muscle. So yeah, and I know it's not all about building muscle, guys. This is calisthenics. It's all about strength and being a minimalist and learning progressive movements. But I personally think that everybody wants a little bit of body composition control, to look a certain way. It really completes the look. If Bruce Lee is not big, but I mean, if the guy had no muscle and he was just kind of like pudgy and skinny arms and stuff, quite frankly, I don't know how many people would really find him as inspiring. You got to be the total package. So anyway, yeah, nutrition surplus and the body weight bulking, basically. Just look at it like this. At the show I did recently, you can go check out the video on the channel. It's called Bar Athlete Wins Bodybuilding Show, I think. At the show I weighed 158 pounds, so I was lifting 158 pounds every time I did pull-ups. Now I'm weighing 180 to 185 pounds, so I'm lifting about 27 pounds more. So imagine throwing on a weighted vest of 27 pounds, and that's how much heavier my body feels. So as I'm doing these movements, I'm also getting stronger. So we were talking about building muscle, but I'm also getting much stronger doing these movements. If I were to diet again, movements would be much easier, and I might be able to do some new progressive exercise that I hadn't been able to do before. I remember there were certain movements that when I dieted, I got for the first time, and my body just started feeling so light, and it was crazy. And then I got heavier again, and I guess since I had trained my nervous system to respond a certain way, to be familiar with a certain movement, as I gained weight, I was still able to do those movements. Now what happened is, because my body had gained weight, I started feeling a lot of pain in my joints, in my tendons, in my ligaments, and my body had to adjust to the new weight. But now that it's adjusted, I actually became a lot stronger just from dieting and bouncing back up. So yeah, my nutrition surplus is controlled for the most part. I don't count macronutrients, carbs, protein, and fat like I did before, but I am aware of roughly how much I'm getting because I was counting before, and I'm eating about the same amount. So yeah, guys, that's a little bit about nutrition surplus. I know you guys have been talking to me a lot and asking me a lot about nutrition tips, so I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So some of you guys may be like, Pro D, that's an excuse, you're just getting fat. Well, I'm not that fat, guys, and I'm making all kinds of gains. Making all kinds of gains, so it's all good. Currently what I'm working on is I'm working on my front lever holds. I'm working on my one-arm pull-up and my planche, and it's actually going pretty well. I'm also working on handstands as well and being able to hold them for longer, but that's tricky for me, and I'm not really sure why. Maybe I got a fucked up equilibrium or something, but no excuses. I'll get there pretty soon. I'm actually going to come out with a video real soon about the progress of Pro D or whatever, what have you. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you liked the new segment. Don't mind the people in the background. Don't mind the lighting. Basically what I'm doing with this is I want to show you guys the raw footage of my training. And yeah, I got a lot of new plans for Chicken Breast TV. Maybe coming out with some shirts soon. Maybe doing some other stuff like that. Getting some guest appearances. Really trying to expand a channel into a network. I don't want my channel to be seen as a show. I want it to be a channel. and a lot of that's going to come from you guys. So like I always say at the end of the videos, which is coming up real soon, shoot me your questions, send me messages. I try to get to all the messages that you guys send me in my inbox, but it is pretty difficult sometimes. So yeah, shoot me messages on this video. I usually respond within the first few hours to the most comments. Shoot me any ideas. Anybody want to do a collaboration, let me know. Shout out to any other channels that watch my channel. You know, let's get something together. Let's make this a real strong community. And yeah, I'm Pro D. You're watching Chicken Breast TV. Like, comment, subscribe. Do what you gotta do. Have fun watching my videos. Rewatch my videos. Yeah. And here is the information right here. So I'm gonna see you guys later. I'm out. Peace.